Alright, in this video we're going to go ahead and jump into one of our monitors. Particularly we're going to talk about the program monitor. Alright, the program monitor is where we're actually going to do a lot of our review work. In other words, we're going to review the final projects when we have things built on the timeline. Now the program monitor and our source monitor work very similarly to one another, but they do serve different purposes. So some of the things that you're going to see in the program monitor video, you're also going to see in the source monitor video. Just understand that they do operate similarly, but you're using them for different purposes. Let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, once again, this is the editing workspace of Adobe Premiere. We're going to reset our settings so that everything is laid out, and I am once again working in the Project Interview 5. So here are all the clips. Our program monitor is in the top right. As you can see, as I move the playhead, that's this blue bar, right and left across our timeline. You'll see that this playhead down here will move as well. These are synchronized. The playhead shows you your relative position, or I guess you could say specific position, within the timeline at any given time. So as I'm moving the playhead, you're seeing exactly what it is that is at that particular time period. 1 minute 28 seconds, 47 seconds, 34 seconds. You're seeing exactly what is at that time period within the timeline. Your playhead is one of the first tools that we want to make sure that you understand. It rides across what's called the time ruler. The time ruler. It's very similar to the timeline, except for, of course, there's no individual tracks to build on. Okay? Now, these two bars on the time ruler, if you see the circle here and a circle here, are called the zoom scroll bar. The zoom scroll bar. If they're on either side of the time ruler, that means that you're zoomed out as far as you can be in the timeline. If we squeeze this together, you'll see that the time ruler actually zooms in. This means that as we move the playhead, we're actually crossing smaller periods of time on the timeline. So from one side to another doesn't take up the whole video, it's just a matter of a few seconds now. This can allow us to review or to check out very specific parts of our final project. So checking out very specific parts of our final project. The closer that our two brackets are together on our zoom scroll bar, the more zoomed in we are on our time ruler, and the more specific we're going to be seeing our video. This can be very helpful if we want to make sure that we've got, say, voice syncing done, or timing of a video edit exactly where we want it to be. Maybe, say, in time with audio that we've got playing, or we want two clips to be synchronized with each other, or an edit to be exactly in a specific point. Zooming in like this is very helpful when you want to be very precise with your edits. You can also zoom in and out by selecting the program monitor and hitting either plus to zoom in or minus to zoom out. Plus and minus zoom in and out on your keyboard. So I'm going to zoom back out, and let's go ahead and talk about some other areas. To the top or to the bottom right of your actual program monitor is what would be called the playback resolution. Playback resolution gives you the ability to see your video in a variety of different resolutions, from full, half, quarter, eighth, or 16th resolution. The lower the resolution, the faster your video is going to process. So I would suggest always editing in something like half or quarter or even eighth if if it's an option. This will allow you to edit much faster and bog down the program less, but it will mean that your video will not look as sharp as it will be whenever you actually export the video. So just kind of keep that in mind. Your video will still export in high quality or whatever quality you shot it in, but while you're editing, it will look a little bit fuzzier, a little bit more pixelated. So just keep that in mind. You have settings available by clicking the wrench. So we'll talk about those in later videos. You also have all your playout controls down here at the bottom. So markers, mark in, mark out, go to endpoints, step back individual frames, play, step forward individual frames, go to the next endpoint, lift, extract, we'll talk about these in later videos, exporting individual frames, comparison views. All of these are different things that you have at your disposal. You actually can customize this bar by hitting the plus sign down at the bottom right and then move things into and out of this space as you see fit. So if I wanted to be able to record something, I could actually grab record and drag it down here. I could take that out as well just by dragging it off of the bar. Anything I want to reorganize, I can click on this plus side and then reorganize my playback controls however I see fit. So if in the future video there is something down here that you don't see in your video, hit the plus button and then you can add that to it. Those are the main features of the Program Monitor. We'll talk about specifics in future videos, but that's pretty much what you need to understand the Program Monitor. We're going to talk about the Source Monitor next, so I'll see you in the next video.